So we are about to enter the north wing of the Misthaven Sanitarium. I am dropping in now as Foibles and Fables. There are some things that we are going to see and experience that are difficult and very sensitive. We already know that a lot of the victims of the Night of Silenced Screams were women and children. We are an all femme cast. We are incredibly respectful of some of these more sensitive topics. However, this is a gothic horror story. We have all signed up to go on this journey together. That being said, if any of our players need a pause, a breather, or for things to be less graphic, I will accommodate as necessary. Unfortunately, I cannot do the same for you as an audience. If you need to bow out, please do so. We will have timestamps. We will have more detailed content warnings in the description. Please take care of yourselves. We are creating the story so that you can enjoy it. I do not want anything that I do to hinder your enjoyment of our story. As flickered flame makes shadows bend, and smoke meets moonlight, cold and blue, when blackest night hails twilight's end, then darkness comes to beckon you. As hunger turns the flesh to fire, and breathing falters, reason halts, then creep the claws of dark desire to rip and split you at your faults. You return to the sanitarium. Helene is there, the matron, gives you a warm smile and a cookie on your way to the north wing. Dr. Velstrom is there to greet you. She is not at all amused by what has occurred, but you can imagine that a lot of that is loyalty to her mentor, Dr. Derek. She's certainly not being mean. She's just, disappointed in the goings on. But she will take you through the sanitarium to where the north wing entrance is. As you approach, you see there is another black basalt statue, similar to the statue of Sister Asherpose that you saw in the entryway of Misthaven. This one depicts a young woman with bandaged eyes, hands crossed over her body and obscured by a robe made of long black feathers. Instead of human feet, she has thick raptor talons dripping with black blood, the basalt polished to a mirror sheen. On a plaque on the statue's base, a prayer is written in common. Mother Vulture, consume our sins, that our memories may bring only joy. Hungry Mother, devour those who would do us harm, that we may walk a path of flowers. Patient Hunter, grant us peace, for all things must pass away. In loving memory of Dr. Omoira Dolahide.
Is this like a local figure, or is this already like kind of like a more common religion?
You can do religion about it.
Yeah, I'd like to do some religion about that.
DM's permission, I will also do religion about that.
Yep, you're all looking at the statue.
Yeah. Okay.
32.
That would be 26.
Fantastic. Okay. So the two of you have heard of this particular deity. This is another psychopomp usher, similar to Sister Atropos, is Mother Vulture.
There's a lot of psychopomps around here.
Correct. So the psychopomps serve Pharasma as the Lady of Graves. Mother Vulture usually appears as a blind young woman in her natural form. She is known as the Flesh Eater. Her true form is an enormous, bloated creature with 4 wings and 2 long necks topped with masked heads and gaping maws. Again, all psychopomps appear with their eyes masked. Mother Vulture reflects the dualistic process of decay. She is a vicious killer whose feasts stain the ground, representing the death inherent in decay, but is also a thoughtful mother, representing the new life that can take root in the fertile soil left in the wake of destruction. In her no-nonsense fashion, Dr. Velstrom hands you what you recognize as a chime of opening. These are specially enchanted items that are bound to doors. Generally, they only work once per day. So when you strike the chime, the door to the north wing will open. It will close behind you. If you want to get out, you can strike the chime again, but it will not work again for another 24 hours. So you are not trapped in here necessarily. However, if you do run away, yes, you will have to wait. And she tells you that I don't know what you will face within, but if you are strong and true, I'm sure you will be satisfied by morning.
Thank you. Truly.
You are welcome.
And I think Morrow is very much in her detached, we've got a job to do, like, analytical that was just kind of drilled into her during her medical training. So I think at this point she would be viewing the doctor more as a peer than anything else.
Absolutely. And Morrow, you would recognize her Dhampir nature better than anyone else. And I think that I will be so bold as to say a lot of Dhampir are used to being mistrusted or having suspicion cast on them.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as a person who recognizes the otherness in individuals around you, I think you see it in her for sure. It's not necessarily a conversation that you have to have, but this is really your first time interacting with her up close. So I absolutely think that this would at least ping for you for potentially later on.
She's also on the board. Was she one of the doctors who didn't want us to investigate, or the ones who?
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
She's
the
the
person-
doctor's
Yeah, she's Dr. Dayrick's
protege.
Thank you. That's where
Protege.
So they're
Gotcha.
on the same side of the argument.
Yes.
I think in this moment, Morrow does actually go out of her way to treat her as normal as possible because she's analytical brain. That's actually going to earn me brownie points. I'm not going to treat her like she's different. I'm going to treat her with the respect that her education affords her and should afford her. I'm going to specifically treat her like a peer and nothing else.
Wonderful. Alrighty, so with that, she will leave you. And who would like to take the chime? Who wants to hold on to that?
Would.
All right. Thistle, you will take the chime of opening. And whenever you're ready, Thistle, you may hit the chime. You step into the first room, almost pitch black, but for the light pouring in from the open door behind you. The walls are lined with benches, leather seats peeling from being left untreated, planters rotted into dust. The desk in the center of the room is broken in half. Humanoid remains slumped in the center, as if slammed down onto the desktop, ravaged and forgotten. Beyond, you see a hallway and several doors, all.
First thing Morrow is going to do is she's going to step in, breathe out, and because she's doing this very quickly and very analytically, this is very surface level. Yes or no, please, GM, game mommy. We're indoctrinated here. We're learning. She's going to open her book, look at her recorded list of names, glance at the skeleton, see if she can see who this is, close the book. Yes or no, is there enough information from public record for her to identify?
There were several staff members who were killed as well. Unfortunately, no, there is not really going to be a way to determine who is who, just based on the list of names alone.
Okay. So every time she finds a body, she's going to repeat that just above table. She's not going to be able to get any information.
Not really, unless there are other context clues around, but...
Hey, maybe we should make sure it's safe before we start trying to examine much further.
Wise. Not my favorite answer, but wise.
Hey, what you are going to do for these souls is important, but we need to make sure we can do it safely first.
Let's see if I can. I am still concerned about what lies in these halls if I am right and someone of Dr. Dayrick's caliber was unable. But, deep breath in, deep breath out, very intentional pause, and kind of taking a page out of Sinza's book, she tries to use humor to deflect. Probably not very well. And just, Wick, dear, pick a door. Any door.
Well, I rather like this game, actually. Well, what's behind door number 1? We'll pick the one just to the left of the screen here.
This office was once grand, with built-in bookcases and hand-painted wallpaper. The room has been vandalized and left to rot, an old blood spurt stain at neck height on the wall, the final memory of the doctor who once oversaw this ward. Ripped up shreds of books and scrolls cover the floor like lining in a cage. And Wick, now is a wonderful time for thorough search.
I would like to thoroughly search this desk area here.
Fantastic. Okay, give me a perception check.
Well, I rolled a 20. No, like in total. I didn't roll a 20. In total, 20.
Okay. So with a total of 20, there really is nothing of note here that you can find. If you had more time, maybe, but you can feel the shifting of the boots of your companions, and it seems like it's time to move on.
Well, we've got 1, 2, and 3. Let's check the opposite wall while we're here, I guess.
Sinza, similarly using humor to deflect, leans over to Morrow and says, I know the doctor probably wasn't able to get it done, and, if we don't get it done either, then at least we know we'll have company in the afterlife.
I think that is going to get kind of a dry, not really a chuckle, but like that sharp exhale. It's just like the smallest smile does play on her lips a little bit. Remind me how tall Sinza is?
Paul, she's got it written down somewhere, I swear.
Like 5'11", 6 foot, I think.
6'2", yes.
Okay, Morrow's 5'6". So I think it's the combination of Sinza kind of crouching down with the comment. She's just like, you're being ridiculous. Okay.
Hey man, if we die, at least there's already ghosts here to hang out with.
You open the door and see a ghostly figure, white nurse's robes refracting the weak moonlight spilling through the window, turning the dust of centuries past into sparkles. The overturned cradles and cup-sized skulls indicate that this was the hospital's nursery. The ghost hums softly, cradling a bundle of rags moldering with old blood and viscera. She turns to you, a horrible visage of rage and shredded skin. Get out! She screams and flings the door shut.
No, we're not doing that. We're opening this back up. No.
Wonderful.
Cleric says no.
So, we have encountered our first haunt. Everybody is going to roll initiative. There are 2 ways to defeat a haunt. One of them is literally just to fight it until it runs out of HP. The other way is to exorcise it, which will take a number of checks and a relevant skill. So I'm going to roll for the ghost nurse first.
And that's our dice plus our perception, correct?
Cocked.
You guys are, you may use whatever skill is most relevant to you. So Wick, you may use stealth. Murrow, you may use religion. Thistle, you may use occultism. And then I believe Sinza pretty much is just going to be perception for you. Unless you also want to use stealth.
Actually, I think I will. It's slightly better even with my eye slash. Unless I can use esoteric lore.
No, unless you have unfortunately for
sense.
lores, unless you have a specific feat. Like commanders, for example, get to roll their warfare lore.
I mean, I figure you can't knock the hustle. Gotta ask the question at least once.
Sure. So the order is going to be first the nurse, then Wick. Remember, you can also delay turns, which will essentially drop you out of the turn order until you tell me you want to jump back in. So Wick, if you do not feel qualified to try to exorcise this ghost, you may delay if you would like. So, because the nurse goes first, as you look upon her shredded face, she will be able to use one of her abilities. So for the 4 of you, you will each need to make me a will save.
Did this occur like
Yes.
before she shut the door, or was this?
Yes, we're rolling this back because she went first.
Got it.
I'm gonna give her that extra.
That is a 17 total. Your cleric rolled a 2.
Incredible.
That's a 18. Your
Okay.
witch rolled a 5.
Doing so great. We're doing
So
great.
good.
babes.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Oh, solid.
Nikki, please
Okay.
tell me Seeds is competent.
28.
Thank God. Our potential new champion just carrying the party here.
So Cinza, you are going to be taking 6 void damage. Thistle and Moro, you are going to be taking 12 void damage. Wick,
My
you are
God.
going to be taking 24 void damage.
No.
Is that the same as regular damage?
It does, yes, unless you have, some sort of resistance to it. All right, so for everyone except Cinza,
Oh no.
you are stupefied 1. So this is a condition that you can actually put on your character in Path Builder. So you will go ahead and go to where it says add condition near the top, and you will scroll down to where it says stupefied and click accept. This will automatically put all of the negatives on. You're so welcome.
Thank you so
Great.
much, Task Builder. I love this so
Love
much.
you, Path Builder.
Thank you,
100%.
Game Mommy. Thank you.
Of
Thank you.
course. And with her third action, we'll close the door. Remember, Wick, that interacting does take an action. So if you would like to use your action to open the door, if you'd like to use your turn to open the door so that another player doesn't have to use an action to do so, you may go ahead and do that. Whenever we do a disable check, that always takes 2 actions. So whether this is a trap that Wick is disabling, or this is a haunt, or a curse that Moro or Thistle is trying to lift, or something like that, it'll take 2 of your 3 actions. So just something to keep in mind.
So, I guess Wick's going to turn around. Are we fighting, or are we going to be cleansing? What should we be doing?
I can exercise it, but it's going to take me a small amount of time. If you can keep it away from me while I do so, that would be incredibly appreciated.
Does Foo Water work on ghosts?
Potentially, yeah. I will say too, Wick, if you would like to try to just distract this lady by talking, you may utilize your diplomacy to attempt a disable with her. So you can use 1 action to open the door and 2 actions to just use your sweet friendly face, be like, hey, I don't know if you know me, but
Okay.
friend.
Let's go for it. Wick opens the door slowly, non-threateningly opening the door. And he enters slowly. He's going to hum. He's humming music. A hushed lullaby.
All right.
And he's just going to go in very nicely. I think he's also banking on the fact that because he's only 3 feet tall, that he's very almost childlike to this ghost.
Potentially, yes. All right, go ahead and roll me a diplomacy check. Now, unfortunately, because of Stupefy, there is a +1 status bonus to that, but
Well, I rolled a 20, and my diplomacy is another 10, so that's a 30 minus 1
Mhm.
from Stupefy. Yeah, that's pretty
yes.
good. So
Yeah,
That's
29.
fabulous. All right. And remember, we can critically succeed on these things. So whenever we're doing a disable device or a haunt, disable a haunt, 1 success with a critical will count as 2. So Wick, this is actually going to be enough to soothe this lady. So I would like you to take it a step further. So come into the room. You can see that her face is shredded. She has this bundle in her arms. She has not left this room because she failed the babies here, at least in her mind.
He's going to approach her Not right all the way up, but just kind of softly a few steps in. And very, very sweetly and calmly. Are you all right?
I couldn't stop them. Couldn't save them. So many. So young. Can I leave them?
Let us have a seat. And he's gonna start humming again. He's humming music. Kind of like lulling. I would imagine that in this room they did a lot of like shushing and very soothing sounds, and that's what he's doing, not to her, but with her. There, let's have a seat.
And she starts rocking the bundle to the beat of the tune that Wick is humming as you both sit.
And he kind of motions slowly to Morrow. Was it Morrow or Thistle who was going to be motioning to Morrow to slowly enter?
I think Morrow is going to step into the room. Same thing. She's going to kind of follow Wick's lead and act like she is supposed to be here, in a sense. While what she's singing is to the tune of the lullaby that Wick was humming, the words are the exorcism.
Clever.
And feeling the pull from the river of souls, feeling this connection opened up, this path opened for her, she will hand over the bundle of rags to Wick. Please tell them we did our best. And we will make way on the other side.
You've done all you can, and we're here to help all of you. Rest easy.
And with that, she fades away. Welcome to Misthaven, everybody.
Oh. What is in that bundle?
I pull back to look inside.
Mm-hmm. There is only one tooth.
Wordlessly, I just kind of hold it out for Morrow to see.
Looking around, is there some kind of bed or something?
Not in this room, no. This was mostly cribs.
Okay. Cribs work great. She's going to gently take the bundle from Wick and lay it in one of the cribs before, doing whatever checks and whatever things I need to roll if it is applicable. She needs to make sure this isn't also attached to ghost shit. And once she's pretty sure there's no ghost shit here, she will move on.
Across the hall?
Do we want to clear all of these, or do we want to move deeper and see if there is a bigger issue to deal with that could solve the out here for?
I have a feeling that each individual, I think Cinza looks
definitely.
down the sort of almost, when a room is real empty, like you walk into a new house that doesn't have any furniture and it echoes just a little bit. She kind of looks down the hall. I think every single one of these rooms is its own tragedy, Morrow.
I tend to agree, but no harm in Hoping for an easy solution, I guess.
I don't disagree, but you said it yourself. If it had been easy, wouldn't the doctor have taken care of it?
Quick. Maybe more of the word I was searching for.
Sure.
Well, as Thistle said, on to the next one. And I think she's just gonna start. She's falling into what I think at least Cinza would recognize as true war priest headset or mindset. She's kind of working on a mechanics type basis. It's someone opens door, exercise thing, move on to the next room, and it's just almost this mechanic repeat of that.
All right, let's go then.
Is it possible to be healed? I do have some healing potions I could.
Yes, you
Take-
guys
but I
can
took-
take 10 minutes for Morrow or Thistle to roll a medicine check with a DC of 15 to
Try
heal
it.
2d8.
17 on the die.
So go ahead and roll 4d8 because that's a critical success, and that's how much you will heal.
It's really awesome. I got 21 health back.
Nice.
You ready to move on?
Yes.
This room is stark. Floors and ceiling lined in light blue ceramic tile. The fireplace in this room has a grate over it, which is padlocked. The 2 birthing beds in this room are different, with padded additions for arms and legs, leather straps dangling from them. As you enter the room, they begin to shift and bend with occult energy. Roll initiative.
I would also like to ask my other party members if Thistle can be the one to go in on this one.
Absolutely. I think
Well,
you've
initiative,
noticed
I think, is enough.
specifically that Morrow has been avoiding you a little bit. So the only thing she does is kind of nod in response.
Occultism is her thing, and she has
Yeah.
some personal connection for wanting to do the birthing room.
Double checking, Eleanor. I can still use my religion as long as we're in the sanitarium, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. So did anybody get higher than a 21?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe get higher than a 30?
Wait, hold on, I did my math bad. This is 12, 30. I did get higher than a 30. It's 16 and 16. That's numbers.
32.
32, thank you!
Okay. Maybe higher than a 25?
26.
26 for Cinza. Okay. Anybody higher than a 15?
22.
19.
Okay. Wick, you are at the bottom of the order. And Thistle, as you step in and you're prepared to exorcise these things, you realize very quickly that these beds are animated. They are not to be reasoned with. It is fight night.
Alright, cool.
So
Can do.
you are within melee range. So if you want to do a gouging claw and then run away, you absolutely can.
I think she's so confident from the last one. She's like, I got this. Okay, cool. I know what's going on. Let's go.
All right, give me a spell attack. Oh, and you guys are no longer stupefied. So go ahead and
Oh!
keep that off.
Thank Christ.
Oh God, thank you.
That's 16.
So a
doing
16
fine.
is not enough
Did not think
to hit this giant bed. So I think it's time for you to skedaddle.
Yeah, so she's gonna skedaddle. Is talking's free, right?
Talking's free, yes.
I'm gonna go, Caesar!
Fair.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Come on.
I don't know how to do this.
All right, Cinza, what do you got?
Questions first. You said animated objects. Does that affect my thaumaturge shenanigans?
It could. You want to esoteric lore about it?
I would, before I waste an action on using an exploit vulnerability on a thing that might not have any or whatever. That is a 28 esoteric lore.
That is a critical success on a knowledge check. So
Okay.
this is a animated birthing bed. So we are going to treat this like a construct creature.
Okay.
So constructs have hardness, which reduces any damage it takes by an equal amount to the hardness. Once reduced to less than half its hit points, or immediately upon being damaged by a critical hit, the armor breaks and the hardness is gone, and the armor class lowers as well. So essentially, this will resist all damage except for force, ghost touch, or vitality.
Okay.
It is also immune to death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, precision damage. So that's the sneak attack, and unconscious.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Are we counting this as separate from exploit vulnerability, or that was a separate check?
I thought that when you got a critical success on your esoteric lore, I had to tell you all that stuff.
No, you do. I was just making
Okay.
sure. Okay. I was confused because I was trying to determine, me, the player still learning Pathfinder, if
Yes.
an animated object was something I could use that on.
Completely.
So, yes,
Any
yes.
creature. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So, great. We're just gonna. I'm utilizing my amulet just for the sake of things. Cinza's gonna, since I'm bypassing with exploit vulnerability. Do I still have questions that I need to ask?
You may ask 2 questions.
Lowest save?
It is a tie between reflex and
Okay.
will.
And you already told me, because I did critical success, all the weaknesses and things like that. Apologies for leaning on you every time I have to do this, but is there an additional question that would be useful here?
For these, I will tell you that you understand that this creature, even though it's a bed, it can still make ranged attacks.
Okay. That's extremely useful. Then, I think Cinza will, as she surges forward, drawing her Fleesa, will call out to the rest of the party. They can still hit you from afar. Just hit it hard, hit it fast. And she's going to attempt to take a strike. So 1 action for the exploit vulnerability, 1 action to attempt to attack this thing with her Fleesa. That is, I get a plus 15 at 33.
Wonderful. A 33 is a critical success. So you are able to punch through the armor of one of these beds.
Fantastic. Add everything, double it all. That is 6, 13, 26.
26? All right, great. So yeah, this one is immediately starting to break apart.
Then I will take a hit at it again at the -4. That one might not. That's significantly less. That is a 23 this time. I rolled
The 23
an 8 on
is
the die.
enough to hit now that it has its armor class reduced.
Awesome. That is 10, 14 points of damage.
Wonderful. All righty. Great turn. Next is Moro.
So have we settled on beat the shit out of this thing, or can I start making exorcism checks?
These are beat the shit ones. Trust me, there's going to be plenty more opportunities for y'all to RP with some very tragic ghosts. These are just nasty beds that want to eat you. So let's go.
From inside the room. Yes.
I think narratively she's gonna start the exorcism, but as soon as she starts getting the connection and the vibe, she goes, "Oh, this isn't gonna matter." Shoulders back, twirl of the mace, and we're coming in swinging, baby.
Let's go, girly.
I think this is the most physical stress that Cinza has seen Morrow work out on anything.
Without a doubt.
So that is my light striking mace with a plus 15 to hit to an. Oh god, the math is going to defeat me. What's 18 plus 15?
33.
Holy moly. Well, enough to explode it into a million tiny pieces. And Moro, as your mace comes down on this thing,
Do I need to roll damage? That was just my to hit.
No, you're fine. It was a critical hit. Like there's enough. Caesar absolutely like Caesar kicked the shit out of this thing. So a critical strike is you have a +1 striking weapons. There's no way you're not breaking this thing.
And we
But
get to swear? Yes.
I know. Game mommy's so bad.
Hey, Morrow, we broke the bed.
Seems you can have a hero point for that.
Thank you, man. It pays to be funny sometimes.
Shifting gears to something more horrifying. So, Morrow, you recognize that these are birthing beds specifically for prisoners.
Notebook,
Which is common.
Crude sketch, quick note.
Pretty much every hospital has one, up to and including the modern day. If you are a female prisoner or, a person who is pregnant and a prisoner, there are a lot of rules around giving birth, and you guys are standing right in the middle of all of these rules.
Not the first time a birthing bed's tried to kill me. All right, moving on.
So, Morrow, that was move, attack. You have one more action.
Is there other shit? Like, I only knew of the one. I've been handling stream stuff.
Little greeny bed is lying in wait to slap you. So,
Sorry.
This does not look like something that I am necessarily gonna try to hit with my sword, so we're gonna rely on a good old Vitality Lash.
So Vitality Lash is 2 actions, which unfortunately you will not be able to do. You have 1 action left. Raise Buckler might be the best course of action at this point.
Yeah, Raise Buckler, because I do kind of want to try to hit it, but I don't think I have the action movement to get there, or the action economy to get there. So,
alrighty. So, if our game daddy could show us a 15-foot cone emanating from the haunted bed,
Lovely.
please. And I'm assuming Log isn't there. I'm assuming
No, I
Log
don't think
skedaddled
so.
with
I would hope that he's not.
skedaddled with Thistle. All right, that is a non-canonical Log. Wonderful.
Imaginary log.
Okay, so Caesar and Thistle, you took apart this bed piecemeal, as if it were, the cheapest, particle board plywood. The other
IKEA
bed, literally, the other bed rears up to full height, lifts up, and from where the pillow would be, a pale, sweat-drenched face lifts out, screaming at you for release. Cinza and Morrow, please make a will save.
$29 for Morrow.
18. Did bad. Rolled a 4.
Okay, so Cinza, you will be taking 7 mental damage as you take in the sight of this visage. Morrow, you will only be taking 3.
Ow, my brain.
And that is its turn. So we will move on to the bottom of the round to Wick.
All right, because I'm just outside this door, I'm going to see if I can come around the corner and attempt to be hidden first for a sneak.
So you can hide behind one of your companions. You absolutely can do that. So I will roll you a stealth check.
Okay, and I will then go for Old Reliable and go for my card. See if I can do dagger or dart. No, I'm gonna do dart. So I rolled a 30.
Incredible. That is what we call a critical success. Now, unfortunately, you did not get your sneak attack on that, but the critical success will break the armor. So go ahead and just roll, I think it's 2d4, and then add 4 and then double it.
16 damage.
Okay. All right, so that was 1 action to hide, 1 to attack. Would you like to try to attack again?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds good.
I'm same old, same old. So that's 28.
28 is going to be another critical hit. It is still immune to precision damage, so again, 2d4 plus 4 and double it.
That one does 18 damage.
Wonderful. Alrighty. So we move back to the top of the round with Thistle. I can think of something you could do that would be extremely rude.
Yeah.
You can telekinetic
Telekinetic
projectile
projectile?
part of the bed. Get out of
I
here!
love how we have the same thought.
Stop hitting yourself, kind of.
No, seriously. I think that's exactly what she's gonna do.
Fabulous.
So I'm gonna hurl a loose, unattended part of the bed. Okay.
Let's go.
24.
24 is a very solid hit. Go ahead and roll me some damage.
Good damage, please. 18.
Nice.
Wonderful.
I've decided to give up on using physical dice. Digital dice do math.
There you go. All right, so you have 1 extra action. You may cast the shield spell if you would like.
I am actually going to protect companion only would help Log, right?
Correct. That is what it's designed for.
Log's out with me, so then yeah, shield.
You got it. All right, seems that looks like 1 good hit could send this bed back to back to the warehouse.
Yeah. What's your return policy? I will move up, and I will take an attack with my Lisa. That was so stupid. That's a 28.
28 is a critical hit. Yeah, absolutely. What does it look like? So Moro had 1 really good hit on that first bed. What does it now look like with this with Caesar doing this hit on the second bed?
If the bed is it still kind of raised up from its last attack?
Yes, absolutely is. Yes.
I think she finds the sort of load-bearing post here as it's tipped up, and she just, like, almost like a baseball swing, goes in to try to just slice straight through it, so it just kind of, she cuts through whatever the bed's weight is most on, whatever post, and that just, it's almost like like a Jenga piece, she takes the wrong Jenga piece out, and the whole thing just unmakes. And then she turns around and goes, Jenga. No, I'm lying. That's stupid.
Jenga doesn't exist in this reality.
Equivalent of Jenga.
I said it, it's canon out. No.
All right. So for the time being, this room falls quiet again. Wick, if you would like to do a quick search, you may do so.
Absolutely. What do we... Yeah, let's check. I wouldn't check the whole room as a whole. I would have to check, like, this fireplace or the rubble.
You can check
or...
the room. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's take a peek in this room, a thorough search. And I will roll for that, I suppose.
Correct. If you would be so kind as to play the game.
Do I get to add to it?
Well, yeah, it's a perception check.
Oh, right. Okay, I rolled a 22. I feel like that's...
Okay.
Nice.
So, in this room, you find the skeletal remains of 2 prison guards. Their tool belts are rotted, but they still have 1 item intact. It is a +1 fearsome sap. So sap is a non-lethal weapon. +1 means it has +1 to attack. And the fearsome rune, if it is on a weapon, means on a critical hit, the target is frightened 1.
Well, we've been extraordinarily lucky so far in selecting doors, so I'm sure we will certainly have a great time with whichever one gets open next. So, after you.
So the next 3 rooms down this row, J, I, and H, are all the same. They are also birthing rooms, but they are fancier than some of the others that you've seen. A wallpaper, a rug, and a fireplace. Though gone to ruin now, you can recognize that this room was for those who could pay extra for comfort. But in the room H, As you pass by, you see in the ashes of the fireplace charred black bones and a ring glinting in the gloom, undiscoverable until enough decay had occurred. The ring is made of rose gold with a horned skull molded on the front. And if you'd like to identify this ring, you may utilize your magical tradition. Sinza, you may use any magical tradition that you'd like. I believe yours is occultism.
22 is probably not going to be enough, is it?
I wanted.
22 is not enough.
Okay.
When you say mine is occultism, you mean my highest? Because I think I'm tied for Arcana as well. Or
You can use
not
whichever
Arcana,
one you
sorry.
like. Yeah. Yeah. When we're identifying magical items, we can use any magical tradition.
Cool.
For my occultism, a 36.
36. Lovely. Okay.
Narratively,
Yeah, that
Laura's just not really
beats
paying
me.
attention.
What did Sinza get all in all?
27.
Okay. Well, you do identify it, and so does Thistle. This is a ring of minor arcana. This is an invested item, so it takes one of your 10 investment slots. This ring gives you the power to cast the following innate cantrips, arcane cantrips, any number of times each day: Detect Magic, Mage Hand, and Prestidigitation. They are not heightened unless you are a caster, in which case they can be heightened to your highest rank. So Sinza, you and Thistle are looking at this ring that gives you the ability to cast some cantrips. What do you think?
I'm gonna look at scenes and I'm gonna go, it would be almost funny to see what Wick does with this.
Honestly, imagine how
Should
much
we give him
sneakier
a
he could
little
be.
hand? Should we
It's a
give him a
little-
hand? Fish hand?
I see what you did there.
Oh.
I think there is a bit of a glint in her eye, though, that she's looking at, like, turning it over between her fingers, like, a lot.
I think that she definitely would catch that and go, but honestly, I can get him a scroll. You keep it. It would look good on you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it matches your skin tone.
Puts it up against her. Yeah, I guess it
Beautiful.
does.
Absolutely gorgeous.
You don't think anybody else could use this a bit more?
Don't worry about it.
Wick would just use it for straight magic.
Absolutely he would.
Yeah.
Absolutely he would.
Yeah, having done the requisite number of "Are you sure you don't want it?" And having been given the blessing by Thistle, she is going to slip that on.
Wonderful. And investing in an item only takes a minute. So you won't
Wonderful.
immediately be able to use it, but in due time, yes, you'll be able to use this.
1 minute of going, yeah, it does look pretty good.
So as you leave that room and you approach these double doors, figures start to solidify from the cold air. Morrow, you recognize that these are not ghosts, but a psychic echo caused by so much suffering at once. You see a middle-aged human man, tall and handsome, with an intimidating glare, clad in polished armor.
Mara's
That's
arm
okay.
instinctively goes out and isn't touching, but is very much in front of Thistle.
He wields a flaming longsword, most likely conjured by a spell, and holds up a shield embossed with a winged eye. The man kicks open the double doors and they blast open in reality. You see the room inside is an operating theater. A ghoul, ghost of a ghoul, crouches on one of the operating tables, holding a halfling by the hands and feet, face buried in their slit open belly, slurping on the entrails. The man approaches the ghoul and points his sword at it. "Kneel!" he commands with terrifying authority. The ghoul drops the corpse and falls to their knees on the table, their burning eyes full of fear. The man raises his sword arm high and then swings it in a powerful slash, slicing clean through the ghoul's neck, black blood exploding like a fountain. The echo fades, and the room falls silent. You see black, noxious-smelling stains on the table where the ghoul met its end, and a small skeleton at the foot of the table. The surgical instruments are all strewn around the room, most of them caked in old blood and gore.
They're bright morrow, I would presume. The wandering knight that helped the Lady Vidira.
Yeah.
Is the winged eye, is that a symbol of Eridan?
It is.
Okay, cool.
Breath in, breath out, intentionally stepping in front of the entire party to start trying to put out the undead feelers to do whatever kind of... this is very technical speak here. I'm still learning what the words are for Pathfinder. But anything I am mechanically able to do to be like doing supernatural reconnaissance, I guess? Like, she's just trying to make sure they don't get caught off guard.
Oh, completely. Yeah, there is nothing else once the echo quiets down in this room. You can see there is an elevator that is going down to what you presume would be the basement. So now you have a method of egress to go both up or down. You can go up the stairs or down the elevator. But there are still 2 rooms left on this floor to discover.